Hello everyone and welcome to the semifinals of the anime Villainous tournament arc of 2024. Our first semifinal match today is going to be Phalkion versus ButTeRkiNG, two members of the QA team. It promises to be a great one, so let's get right into the match and see how it goes. Here we are with the first match of the semifinals. It is ButTeRkiNG, our QA lead, versus fellow QA member Phalkion. They're doing random bans. Oh, did they? I think they might have spoken to each other and decided to random game one together. I think they're both randoming. But yeah, Butter versus Falk in the semifinals, and they're doing random for round one. Random Cell versus Merrick. Oh, who picked who there? I didn't even see who they got out of that. Which one of them is which? I think is Butter Merrick and Falk is Cell? Is that what we got there? I think. In which case, I'd say this probably favors Falk a little bit, but Butter does get to go first. Oh no, Butter is Cell and Falk is Merrick. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, Merrick can always get lucky, and Falk knows how to take advantage of that luck and to set up those lucky scenarios in general. But, I would definitely say that Cell probably has a bit of an advantage here because he can really apply fate pressure. Falk is not taking his mulligan, it looks like. It looks like he is happy with his starting hand. Yeah, here we go. Butter's going to go straight to Carnival, gain one in fate. Making sure that it's shuffled, maybe? Or maybe he's playing a card first? What is he doing? Is making sure it was shuffled. Turn 1 Kaiba onto the top fate really hurts. Bakura in the discard is actually not too bad for Falk because it means he has a really strong chance of hitting him with tournament bracket, which would be good. Butter did not play or discard a single card? What is happening? Okay, turn 1 Goku. That's pretty, tit for tat. pretty fair. Get hit with turn 1 Kaiba, hit him back with turn 1 Goku. It's anyone's game now, gentlemen. Innocent Facade wants a God card holder more than anything, but a tournament bracket would be nice. That sucks. And he can't use Tomb Keepers because Innocent Facade isn't technically in the discard until after it resolves. This has been an interesting turn one for both of these players. I cannot wait to see how this goes. Android 17 into the Absorb at Tropical Islands. This is a very strong start for Butter, I would say. It's very good for Falk that he got Goku out. The fact that Goku is out means that he has, like, a chance to get some momentum going here because it's hard for Butter to open Arena. But, oh, here we go. A God card holder here would be huge. Tournament bracket Bakura, which is still really nice. Oh, did he not tournament bracket? Or was he just playing Rare Hunter? Well, he can Tomb Keeper's Destiny back his whatchamacallit. Yeah, get rid of a Sadistic Lee for an Innocent Facade. Very, very useful. Which means he still has a very strong chance at getting one of the God card holders. I'm surprised he didn't... Did I miss something on that tournament bracket? Maybe he just forgot that Bakura was in his discard. Gonna see Butter do some discarding of an Appeal to Pride and play out Supercomputer. And then he gets a Shizu. Falk really, really needs to pull Yugi with this Innocent Facade. Otherwise, he's gonna be in a very rough position. Okay, he got Yugi, which is major. Where is he going to put him? Probably, I was about to say, probably a dual tower, since the Shizu's already covering it anyway. Please don't forget to put Raw on Yugi. Please. Falk, please, I'd lose it. We'd never let you live it down, Falk. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He really doesn't know where he wants to put Yugi. I feel like Dual Tower is probably the best bet for him at this point, to be honest. Okay, remembered Slifer. Almost gave him Raw, which isn't how this works. But he remembered Slifer, so, very important there. What is he doing? There he goes. That puts Slifer on Yugi. And I believe he hasn't fated yet, so he still gets to fate. This isn't a great position for Falk, but getting Yugi, honestly, is pretty great as far as which God card holder to have. This is a bad time for Tien. This is probably going to be a Trunks play, save Tien for Senzu being later, potentially, is what I'd expect. Falk is a little displeased right now, I imagine, that he got Tien at such a poor time. Probably double cover Arena with Trunks, or I could even see him putting Trunks at Tropical Island. What's he doing? He's checking his Fate discard? Probably, I could see him putting Trunks at Tropical Island, or maybe even Carnival, but I feel like putting him at Tropical Island with 17 already there is probably better. Well, then again, all it takes is one Absorb, and Android 17 is out of there anyway, so probably Trunks to either Arena or maybe Carnival, I feel like would probably be the play, but I could still, yeah, he is going to go with the Tropical Island play, actually. It still keeps that double play covered, which I think is probably what Falk is thinking the most about right now, is wanting to keep that move in double play. But he did think twice of it and was like, let's turn off Supercomputer. Although the problem with getting Supercomputer turned off here is that Butter has, like, a nearly guaranteed... That's the end of his turn. A nearly guaranteed semi-perfect here, which means killing Trunks will not be very hard. Yeah, he had the Absorb. There wasn't really a great position for Trunks to go there, to be honest. This early 17, along with the early Absorbs, was very, very strong for Butter. Puts him in a very good position. Now, what is Falk gonna do? He's got Domino City open. He's got a lot of power. Maybe get a Millennium item out and just get some allies out. There's Arcana. As well as Umbra, so getting ready to kill Yugi. Problem is he does not yet have a Shadow Game, but unless Butter's Fate really messes with him here, he has the opportunity to play and use Shadow Game. We're going to see an Absorb on Trunks. He drew all of the Absorbs in the top, 10 cards. That's really good for Butter. And we're going to see Joey here at Kaiba Craft 3 and getting an anti-rule. That sucks. That means Falk will have no power. We're not going to call the game early. Anything can happen, heart of the cards and all that, but this has been an atrocious Fate order for Falk, unfortunately. Just truly terrible. All of those early innocent facades, but only grabbing Yugi while Butter hit Kaiba and Ishizu, followed by a really strong Joey play, covering up his power gain and Vanquish at Kaiba Craft and etc. It is really rough. And here we're going to see the multi-form onto Piccolo, and then he's just going to punch Piccolo out of here. Yeah, this is a very strong position for Butter. Falk's main advantage right now is that he still has Domino City open. He's got Lumis and Umbra, a Shadow Game, and a Shadow Game on Yugi. He can very easily get that God card. But without any Millennium items, it's not really gonna tip the scales for him all that much. And then we see Butter is discarding pretty hard here. He probably doesn't have 18 in hand yet. I'm not sure what that card he's keeping is. Probably something super useful. A whiff. That helps Falk a lot here. We're going to see him go straight over to Dual Tower to get the kill on Yugi. That gives him the first God card. And unfortunately, it looks like that's going to be his turn. He must not have... Oh yeah, he needs to, discard the dudes. Could keep Arcana. Arcana could kill Ishizu very easily later, which would be pretty useful for him. What happened? Oh, I accidentally put Umbra under the Shadow Game. Yeah, that'll kill them. He's got one God card, but with no... whatever they're called. With no Millennium items, it's not helping his Clash power. He really needs to find a way to kill Kaiba pretty quickly, because he also needs to get some Fate pressure back. We're going to see Butter... Did he spend 2 on this? He spent the full 3 on this, the max he can do with Goku out, and he did get Android 18 out of it. Could also take another card. I could see him taking a Cell Jr. or Regen here. He doesn't really need the Regen, and he's actually not going to bother with the Cell Jr. either, which is fair enough. We're going to see Butter throw down Android 18. I think he already moved the multiform to Goku this turn, so he can't move it back. Fate from Falk. He's going to get Vegeta in 16. Unlikely. I don't think there's any way Android 18 could die immediately here, so you might even do Vegeta over 16 here, but Falk is going to go with 16 at Arena to make sure that Butter has to take a turn over there. That's fair, because it forces Butter to have to go there for a turn, basically, unless he wants to use the Kamehameha. Oh, he's going to Special Beam Goku for 3 and then punch 16 and just clear out his board. Very strong play. Especially when Kaiba is keeping Falk just absolutely fate-locked here. Gonna see a rare hunter played here and get a tournament bracket. Words. No one in there to hit, unfortunately. Does Falk have anything else? Yes, no, maybe so. Is that 2 tournament brackets or 1? I think it's just 1 tournament bracket in the discard, but it could be 2. That's going to be the end of his turn. You're going to see Butter use instant transmit to get multiform over, and then presumably move it back out to move back in later. There's Bakura blocking that double play and stopping any potential Millennium item shenanigans. Butter not moving multiform with Supercomputer. I think he forgot. We're going to see Falk throw down strings for 2 and then gain 3 as a result. And then Crippling Blow Time Chamber. Pretty bad pull here, but Time Chamber just slows down the Android 18 kill just a little bit. Butter's going to go to Tropical Island to gain some power. Yeah, get as much power as he can. He doesn't really have to worry about using Arena right now, even though it's open. He doesn't really need the Fates because he's significantly ahead. Could we see we're going to see a Shizu killed with Arcana here? And then maybe could move strings into Kaiba, or could just keep strings there to deal with Bakura. But Falk really needs to net himself a tournament bracket here. Bringing a Shizu back and getting that second one would be a big deal. Rare Hunter. He got it. That is he pretty much needed that to still have a shot in this game, really. To really get things moving, because Butter is very quickly, as soon as this turn potentially, can get into Showdown while also putting out a Fate. Gets to move multiform. Yeah, and Perfect Barrier, so he is going to get into Showdown here. Yeah, set up the Fate deck. Honestly, there could have been a world where Anti-Rule is the play there to potentially stop, like, easy Millennium item plays. Force Falk to have to go to Domino City to get a Millennium item out. Right now, he could play the Ring or the Rod while at Kybercraft. Although the Rod won't do much other than give him the Clash power. But if Falk can find a way to quickly kill a Shizu and get a Millennium item out, then he could start clashing with Bakura, Mai, and whatnot, and that would definitely let him get some momentum back. But it is gonna be hard, because I think we also have... Yeah, I was about to say, this is a guaranteed Mr. Satan play, I think, for Butter, which is pretty good. And he also pulled Gohan, which means he can put Gohan wherever he wants, which is pretty strong. Probably at Carnival, or maybe... I was about to say he could do Ginger Town or Tropical Island as well. I feel like I normally go with Carnival. I've definitely put him at Ginger Town before. Sometimes I put him at Tropical Island, even, because then you can gain the 3 into Special Beaming Gohan, or something similar. We are going to see Falk go straight for a Fate here. Goku and Vegeta together. Don't love seeing them together, but it's good to pull one of them here. Really block up Arena, because Butter has already set himself up for having to go there on his coming turn anyway to deal with Android 16. What card is Falk going to play? Is he going to get in... he's going to get the Ring. I was going to say there are like 3 possibilities. Shadow Game a Shizu, set up an ally on a Shizu, or get one of his Millennium items. It is very possible... Ooh, Bug Drone. On Mr. Satan, the utmost of human genetics, and then punching 16. There is a world where we could see him go to Domino here and just get out the Millennium Rod and punch Bakura, and I think it might be happening. No Millennium Rod. False God card. He's trying to set up being able to kill Kaiba. It's very unfortunate. I assume he just doesn't have Millennium Rod in hand. Getting to 3 strength here to be able to punch Bakura, even at the cost of all of his power, would have been huge, because then he could clash with the Shizu freely from there on. So even if he couldn't get a tournament bracket on her, he could really just start to mess her up really easily. Moving Bug Drone to gain power instead of multiforming into Gohan. Playing the Explosive Coercion for free, really wants to keep his power. Butter's going to multi-fate Heart of the Cards right, because he set that with Maya earlier. He remembered at the last second. He's going to punch Krillin. Poor Krillin. He tried his best. Now, what is Falk going to do here? He's got a Fate, really, because Cell is so close to winning already. He's going to put a Shadow Game on Kaiba, especially now that Heart of the Cards is out. He can use that to his advantage. Really bad TN timing again. The Fate deck has not been kind to Falk on his end or on Butter's end this game. It does really lock down Arena a little bit because Goku and Piccolo are both there, but does not help nearly as much as Butter would like. Are we going to see a Cell Jr. kill Mr. Satan here, maybe? An instant transmit to get a -1 on Piccolo. And then just punch him out before he can start getting any time chambers. And that'll be the end of Butter's turn. He's killing at least a hero a turn, and Falk can only fate every other turn, so... Another false god card. Okay, so that makes a 4-strength rare hunter to kill... what's his name? To kill Kaiba. And so now, Falk can discard Kaiba at his leisure. I think there might be a guaranteed tournament bracket here, but unfortunately for him, Butter can undo that just by going to Fate. Although Butter might choose to do something else to try and clean up the game faster here. Although really, other than gaining a power at Carnival and then discarding for better cards, I don't really feel like there's a much better move here for Butter. Look at this this high-octane bug drone gameplay, chat. I adore it. You love to see it. Discarding Time Machine and discarding Cell Jr. Interesting. Probably has another one in his hand. It was Tomb Keeper's Taya. He's going to get 2 Tomb Keepers here, so... This actually probably helps Falk a little bit, because he was not going to be able to get the hit with Kaiba. At least not unless he killed Bakura and then used Millennium Ring. Yeah, Sadistic Glee in exchange for Odeon is something that, that Falk just hates to see here. We could see Falk... Oh no, Shizu is out. He can't Sadistic Glee, unfortunately. I was going to say there's a world where he can Sadistic Glee Kaiba and then really hope on the next pull because Fate Lock shenanigans, but really not going to do anything for him here. This is an interesting one. Trunks is another body, but Time Chamber Goku Gohan is pretty annoying here, all things considered. I'm actually not sure which one I would do. I feel like I would probably Time Chamber Goku and Gohan, but Trunks is also... I really don't know what's the better play there. Those are both totally acceptable fates there in my world. He's gonna put Trunks down, and then a Cell Jr. into Goku and Trunks to clear that out. So it's just Mr. Satan and Gohan, and as we know, Falk is very fate-locked at the moment. Ooh. What is he? Oh, he just needs to discard, right, because his hand is trash. And alas, he cannot clash. Is there a way that Butter can win this turn? I don't think he can win this turn. Disappearances to gain more power. And then just discarding an Absorb. Anti-rule tournament bracket. I think it's just Taya. Yeah, but that's a Taya to the top fate, so that sucks. Still just a very bad position for Falk, especially when he kind of like needs to fate, but he doesn't have any power. Crippling Blow, which is practically worthless, and then Vegeta, probably just Vegeta to Arena. It's really just a matter of time until Butter draws a card that he needs to finish the game, with Falk only being able to fate every other turn. Yeah, here's the Cell Jr. into Mr. Satan, and then Clash Vegeta, and then Falk is very fate-locked, so Special Beam Cannon does it, Self-Destruct does it. I find it very unlikely that Butter doesn't have one or the other. Falk is going to take this opportunity to play Bandit Keith to get a bit closer to being able to open up his top fate. Bandit Keith can just easily kill Taya and not trigger her or anything. There won't be anything for her to use. He's debating if he wants to put Bandit Keith somewhere else. And then does Butter just have it? Butter has it. Self-destruct, super canonical, or is it Special Beam, slightly less canonical? It's self-destruct, and that will be game. That was a rough one for Falk. He got fairly unlucky, both on randomizing into characters between him and Butter. Cell is a really good, has a really good matchup here against Merrick, I would say. And then just those, that turn 1 Kaiba, followed by Falk, like, whiffing on 2 innocent facades, essentially. And then, and then Butter getting a Shizu right after, it was just very, very difficult to come back from. Incredibly difficult, but still did the best he could, really. So that will be the end of game 1 in Butter's favor. And we're gonna get these. They put them all the way over here. What are these guys doing? We might need a jump cut, or maybe we won't need a jump cut. It looks like they're getting right to it. I think we're getting right to it. All right, so no jump cuts needed. I love not having to do jump cuts. What were the random bans? Beryl and Loxus. What a random ban. Oh, and I think we're doing, like, legit... Now we're, like, legit playing the game instead of doing the funny randoms. We're gonna see Butter ban... Wait, no, it should be Falk banning first, right? Yeah. Falk is banning Loxus. What's happening? I think Falk banned Loxus and Butter banned Kruk. Did they, like, ban their own mains or something? Or they might be doing a funny here. They might be doing a funny. Ah, Butter is gonna play Queen Beryl. And Falk gets to counterpick with Tetsuo. Okay. Tetsuo and Queen Beryl, we had a little bit of a talk about this before the game, or, like, earlier. I think Queen Beryl and Tetsuo both have not been in the tournament thus far, so I think Falk and Butter have made a little bit of a gentleman's agreement here to play them both out, which I deeply respect and am very much looking forward to seeing this game play out. So it will be Falk as Tetsuo. He gets to go first, and then Butter as Queen Beryl going second. And we're off to the races, straight to the District 17 slums for Tetsuo, taking advantage of that turn 1 top fate. If he can get a good early cover on Beryl's top fate, Tetsuo can really make some strong progress here and set up some really strong token turns. And he did get 2 sailors right out the gate. It's unfortunate to see them both side by side. He's going to put Mars on the top fate, Hikawa Shrine. Doesn't have the immediate effect of Mercury of taking away some power, but I do think this is probably a better play overall because Mars is a lot harder to kill than Mercury is. Mercury can just die to a king, and Mars cannot. Also can't die to whatever it's called. We're seeing Butter doing things a little out of order, using his ability to take Jadeite out and then immediately paying the 2 to play Jadeite. It's the benefit of going second as Queen Beryl, is you get to immediately play a king. Falk with 2 early organ jars. That's going to go a really long way for him in this one. And then getting another fate. A whiff. Entirely a whiff. There's no healing escalation target, and there is no power to hit with Miracle Romance. But we also saw him play Allay the Bait to get 1 more power at Sailor Mars's location. So, Sailor Mars is a little unfortunate, but this is actually a decent start for Butter, all things considered, especially that turn 2 whiff, and then immediately getting a hero to cover District 17 slums, so he's safe from a hero for at least 1 more turn. I don't believe there's any way Falk can immediately open this. He's going to gain 1 power and then just get the kill. He's not even going to play a card, must not have anything good worthwhile going. Probably wants to save up some power to get ready for this future organ jar turn. We're going to see Butter pull out King Nephrite here. He's up to 4, and now he gets to throw down Nephrite, which gives him a nice sweep of 3 power gaining locations. And what is he playing here? An ally? He's going to play Bunbo. Early Bunbo is pretty great. Helps Beryl start digging really fast for those kill cards that she wants, among other things. Yeah, if Tetsuo hits Showdown, then Ominous Sunspots probably isn't going to be too relevant at that point. So I see why Butter would be just getting rid of that immediately. And that will be the end of Butter's turn. Falk is going to keep up Fate Pressure, which makes a lot of sense. You really need to... Luna and Artemis is really good here for Falk. He gets to pull back out Healing Escalation on Bunbo immediately and double cover the top fate. But one of the big things about going against Queen Beryl here is that you want to really slow her down early, because once she starts to get her engine set up and her power generation like underway, it becomes increasingly difficult for... to stop her. So it's going to be the healing escalation from Luna and Artemis onto Bunbo, and then putting Luna and Artemis here, not wanting to put them at Dark Kingdom because that's an easy clash, not wanting to put them at Juban School because that's an easy free vanquish, although it would have stopped the 2 power. It does stop the 1 power at Game Center Crown, which is decent. You're going to see Butter go gain power at Dark Kingdom and go for a Fate. Masaru on the top Fate, so Falk is going to have to once again take a turn over. They're basically taking turns fating each other and then trying to undo the fates that were just played on them, which I find very funny. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, Butter could move one of the kings, weaken them because of Mars, and then go ahead and kill the cats, I guess, but probably not really that worth it. Falk is actually just going to go get his first token out of here and not worry about Masaru for the time being, which makes a lot of sense, especially when he has pills out to potentially get these organ jars back. He is losing Kaori here, unfortunately, early. Or Kaori, however you say her name. I think it's Kaori? I don't remember. So that's 1 token down for Tetsuo, 2 tokens to go. Don't let Butter's board state deceive you, though. He's actually in a pretty good position. He's going to get to grab another king here, probably... Oh, Zoicide, actually. I thought we might see him grab Kunzite to try and start weakening down Mars and Bumbo to get them out of there. But, oh, he has DD Girls, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He's going to get Mars out of here immediately, pay the power to keep them strong. Yeah, as I was saying, Butter has a good bank of power, which he just spent a lot of it, but it was more than worth to get this little combo underway. But, thanks to the amount of power he was able to store from those early king plays, and that second turn with Fate helped a lot on that as well. He's now getting control of his territory back, which Falk is not happy about. Falk really wants to get another strong hero, probably Moon. Venus also kind of works. Yeah, and he's going to put Venus way over at Juban, actually. I thought might go with Dark Kingdom. I think he considered it. He still considered it. Yeah. Blocking Dark Kingdom stops the DD Girls from being easily moved into Sailor Venus, which is a huge deal right now. And now he's got 2 power being stopped between the cats and Sailor Venus. So Butter will only be getting the 2 power from Juban School. I'm not sure what play he's going to do. He's just going to go gain 1 in Fate. That seems fair. K is pretty good here. He's going to cover Neo Tokyo Stadium instead of double covering the District 17 slums. Because of the way Tetsuo works, he's like guaranteed right now that the slums can't be opened, even if an ally gets put there later. Shockwave kill K, maybe? Debris kill Wave. Same thing, really. And he is going to use a pill probably to get an organ jar back out. Yes, he is. Put him at Masaru, so he's sort of protected by Masaru, actually. Now, Butter won't really want to soul that, and I think we just saw the Doctor pass, so the Doctor is the one that puts items back. That won't help very much. Butter is getting right back up to 8 power, and he also gets a free kill on Luna and Artemis here. And then he's going to go now to get DD Girls over to Sailor Venus. Choosing to kill Luna and Artemis here first instead of using Go Now then immediately killing Venus. Probably because the DD Girls are out of position now for killing Luna and Artemis, so he wanted to go ahead and get them out of there quickly. What is Falk gonna do? You know he has an Akira coming up potentially, unless Butter just decides to go on trying to get heroes like Shikishima. We haven't seen Shikishima or Kaneda yet. Both of those would be a bit of a headache for Falk at the moment. Also, the longer he doesn't punch Masaru, the longer Butter has, like, guaranteed safety from getting faded, because Masaru can't be targeted by effects, so there's no way to kill him other than just moving to his location and punching him. You can't telekinesis him away. You can't Akira Reborn him, I believe. So, eventually, Falk has to go here and just punch this kid to get him out of here. But Falk is kind of using Masaru as like a soul protection location right now, I think, which seems fair. Bubble Spray actually isn't the worst here. Yeah, I was going to say, get Venus away from the DD Girls again. Debated like hard covering the top Fate, but actually just is going to leave that to Bunbo and instead do some power blocking with Venus, which also seems fair, and blocking the double play. That'll be his turn. I think Butter forgot to give himself an extra power at the Dark Kingdom from Jadeite there. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him. He is going to multi-fade Akira. It basically seems impossible for Falk to be able to get all of his cards gone this turn. That's just gonna be his turn. Butter didn't even take the power from Dark Kingdom. What a guy. What a strange little dude. Looks like Falk is taking this turn to gain some power back. Still not choosing to go and just get Masaru out of here. I guess he is basically just choosing to use Masaru as a soul protection at the moment. And not really worried about getting that fate pressure back. Or he might just see, depending on his hand, he might see a line to where he can get his second token out of here. Nah, he's deciding to go punch Masaru. Yeah. Playing his cultist way over to Neo Tokyo and then punching Masaru out of here. I think this is the right play. It lets him get his power back pretty strong. Or get his fate pressure back. You see Butter go to Juban School, gain 4, got a lot of power going. Gonna play Rika Kadar, or however it's pronounced, to draw 2 cards and immediately kill... What's his face? I'll say it in a second. Bunbo. Discarding a bit and then drawing. His top fate is back open. Yeah, Falk's not gonna like that. Throwing down another cultist here. Must not be drawing into his excruciating powers, which is unfortunate because he really needs some power right now. Tuxedo Mask isn't too bad here. Gets Sailor Venus up to 5 strength, which is a little annoying. Puts her out of range of the DD girl kill right now, and also covers the top fate once again, so Butter still does not have it open. He played the cultist, right? So that should just be the end of his turn. And it will be. Falk's main problem right now is he really needs to gain some power and get rid of that second token before Butter gets any more progress than he already has. Because slowly but surely here, Butter is like ramping up in speed as he gets more and more power and slowly cleans out his territory. He's at 12 right now. Still hasn't played the Silver Crystal yet, but also hasn't played his other 2 kings yet. And by now, he's going to have a lot of his kill cards in hand. He's probably holding on to an ultimate attack or 2, for instance. Falk is going to go over to District 17 Slums. He's going to Akira Reborn to open the top fate, which will allow him to fate. And then could activate Pills to gain some power with excruciating power. Wouldn't be the worst play here. Fire Soul is actually pretty good, but Sailor Moon is also a 5-strength body that's really hard to deal with. And he is going to drop Sailor Moon at Juban School, stop that gain 2 from Nephrite. This is going to be a little annoying for Butter. That's going to cause him some issue here. But also, we could see Butter open the top fate with an ultimate attack here. Potentially. He's going to gain 1 thanks to Jadeite at the Dark Kingdom, adding another one of his kings. Yep, there's Kunzite. I believe he has Zoisite and Kunzite both in hand right now. Is he going to play and use one to just get the kill here? Oh, he's going to play Kunzite with the DD girls to kill Venus. And then move the DD girls over to Sailor Moon. That's a 3-strength DD girl. So Butter just needs one of his 1-cost 2-strength allies to be able to punch through Sailor Moon. Now the real question is, does Falk try and get this reshuffle underway right now? It doesn't seem very likely that Sailor Moon will die on the coming turn. Yeah, I don't think it's possible, actually, that Sailor Moon dies on this coming turn. So, Falk might want to wait for Butter to kill Sailor Moon. I think this is a guaranteed Jupiter. He could just multi-fate, actually. A multi-fate Jupiter onto the top fate could actually go pretty hard here, because Butter probably has what's it called? Ultimate attack. But actually, we're going to see, Falk is going for gaining power at Highway Overpass and then throwing down Awakening Potential. He's setting up a potential token turn here. Losing Nephrite and the DD girls here to... Oh, and he's still paying for DD girls. They got 2 strength to be able to punch Tuxedo Mask. Fair enough. Butter probably has a go now on hand. Hallucinations would stop whatever token destroying turn Falk is going for here, but Kaisuke would cover up the top fate. And it is going to be that he makes Butter draw 2, but this Butter makes Falk draw 2, but this means that Falk now gets to really make some more progress. Playing pills and then activating pills to get back out another organ jar from earlier. Okay. He still has his awakening potential turn here. Because I believe that was a play for the pills and activate for the pills, and then he has awakening potential. So either a play or an activate. It would really fill up his hand, but I could see activating for an excruciating. I think, does he have an excruciating actually? He used one earlier, right? I think he should have one. Yeah, he does. And he is going to do it to gain some power here. Gain 2 and draw. So he has a very full hand right now, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I believe that awakening is done. I think he used all those actions. He's going to do a full fade here, actually. Probably hoping to reshuffle into some of those 4-strengthers or get a bad card like Miracle Romance out of contention here to really cover up this top fade again. Changing his mind. Blocking more power generation. He's going to make Dark Kingdom a very bad location again. Butter does have an easy uncover with ultimate attack. Actually, probably what we'll see here is, actually going to Game Center Crown. Is he going to play? Oh, he's going to play a go now. I thought there could be a world where he goes to Juban and ultimate attacks Jupiter while also punching Tuxedo Mask, but he's actually just going to go and double play at Game Center to get his kings back out. Very important to get Nephrite back out, especially to cover, or not to cover, but to get that power generation going again. So very good play by Butter. He has been hit with the reshuffle now, though, so Falk can probably afford to slow play out some cards while fading, while he's got some strong fate pressure here, potentially. Oh no, he's actually going to go to Highway Overpass and just really overload on power. He was having a lot of trouble with power earlier, so I can understand why. I think Seoul, Kaneda, and Shikishima are all in this fate. He's going to get Prosthesis out. And then, what else? He moved the Organ Jar. He still has a play. He's going to throw Rebellion down. Incredibly likely to go off on Queen Beryl. Not in this particular board state. Oh, is he going to do the turn I was talking about last time now that he's got Nephrite, like, generating power first, which makes way more sense. This is why Butter is better at Beryl than I am. He's going to get the kill on Tuxedo Mask with DD Girls. No point using their ability now. He got a lot of mileage out of them. Oh, he's going to throw down the Dark Crystal, actually. Okay, yeah. He might not have an ultimate attack yet, or he might just be fine making sure he gets Dark Crystal up first so that he can play at his bottom fate. Now, what is Falk going to do here? Could he actually get rid of a token here? I think it's very possible, especially with a Cultist over there if he has an unhinged Laughter in hand. It's definitely possible. It's just a question if he wants to do that or try to cover Butter's top fate. Or even disrupt Butter's positioning with, like, a Fire Soul. He is going to go to Neo Tokyo. If he can get rid of, Unhinged Laughter, I knew it. I was going to say, if he can get rid of a token here and ditch Akira while K is still in the discard and before Shikishima shows up, because Shikishima is very likely right now, I think it is incredibly worth his time to do so. And there you have it. His territory is a little bare at the moment with just Lady Miyako and Prosthesis in play, and he's only got 1 power, but Falk doesn't have any heroes out, and he's down to 1 token. So, overall, pretty strong position, but Beryl is still gaining more and more traction. She just continues to snowball and snowball, and we know that that Butter is going to be holding on to some ultimate attacks here pretty soon. Probably, yeah, he's getting one right now. They must have shuffled low, and he just hasn't had one this whole time. Doing some discarding, then going for a Fate. He can easily kill Jupiter next turn. There's Canada, which is going to mess up District Slums pretty hard. We could see a Prosthesis Akira Reborn to open it, which would be interesting. Falk is going to go to Military Hospital and throw down an Organ Jar. He's going to try and really quickly threaten. Like, obviously, Falk wants to get rid of this token as fast as possible, naturally, but he kind of has, like, 2 options here to try and, like, just keep his territory clean and put pressure on Beryl until he naturally gets to a point where he can get rid of it, or he could try and, like, really force it so that Butter is having to constantly react to stopping him from getting the token, which could also work well. We are going to see the ultimate attack on Jupiter here. Also, Sailor Moon was played to Game Center Crown, so it's going to be annoying. Stops the double play for Butter. There's Shikishima, and he's at 5 strength thanks to Canada, so Falk really needs to kill Canada. I don't think... Well, he could actually. He can Prosthesis plus another card. He's going to Prosthesis. And then Shockwave. Oh, Akira Reborn Canada! That makes way more sense. That didn't even occur to me. You can tell I don't play a ton of Tetsuo. But he gets to clear them out both there, so now he's super well open, got an Organ Jar, out of power though. So he's got to get some power fast, especially because Butter's territory is also looking very open. Very open indeed. Butter still doesn't have Silver Crystal out, but he's got enough allies and power for it now, so he can get it out very easily. He's going to get Kunzai back with Gamesin, then do some discarding. Reshuffling right into Shikishima sucks. That sucks for Falk. He's only got 5 cards in hand. That's not too bad. He could just go and punch him. Could just go for a Fate. Prosthesis. Does he have Akira Reborn again? No, he's going to throw out an Organ Jar and then just punch. So he is doing what I was saying earlier. Instead of, like, just quickly gaining power and trying to throw out cards to threaten, like, I could get it any time, he's dealing, and he kind of has to because it was Shikishima that was pulled out. He's dealing with the heroes as they come and slowly setting up. We're going to see Butter play Kunzite, and there was a 2-strengther there, Bakeen, I think, to kill Sailor Moon and get her out of there. There's a Soul, and Butter is going to use it to just get rid of an Organ Jar. That's more important to him than getting Miyako and the Prosthesis right now. Oh no, they're playing fast. They're playing fast. I have to commentate fast. Very open territory for Butter. He is most certainly got the Silver Crystal, or will have it very soon. Is this really not triggered? That's surprising. What is Falk going to do here? I feel like Military Hospital is probably where he really wants to go to get some more Fate pressure, because he needs to lessen Fate pressure on himself. But he could also just focus on gaining power and then try and set up that quick token get. Because with Shikishima gone and Soul gone, there isn't too much that could... Ooh, he's setting up an Awakening Potential. Does he have a combo that can get him out of this hand, or get him out of this token next turn? It's possible. Butter is gaining a lot of power right now. 10 power Juban School is very good, and then setting up more at the Dark Kingdom with a Find Human Energy. Kei and Takashi. Takashi will probably make it, maybe not impossible, but very unlikely, that Falk can get rid of his 3rd token this turn. Kei really won't do anything other than block Neo Tokyo Stadium. And it will be Takashi at the stadium to block it up. It's possible that Falk could have a hand combination that could still somehow get him out of this with Awakening Potential out, but I find it unlikely. I don't think he'll be able to gain the power necessary with Neo Tokyo covered to be able to get out of this hand. Not with Takashi in play. He's going to go to District 17 Slums, gain a power. He wants to get some Fate pressure back on Butter after being stopped here. He's got to play and activate and an Awakening Potential. And he's actually going to go to Neo Tokyo and just punch Takashi. Oh, he's activating first before he punches him. Activating Miyako for a Cultist out of his discard. And then punching him. That will get rid of his Awakened Potential. Is there a way he can get out of this token like this? I don't think so. That is going to trigger Rebellion. Does Falk want to use it? He is going to get rid of a Debris. This will reshuffle him, which could work in his favor. He kept 3 cards there. Must be 3 really good cards. A little bit of TTS lag there. There's the Silver Crystal, so now Butter just has to get to 30 power. And with his territory as clean as it is, Kyoko sucks here. Extra power needed to play cards is really gonna mess with Falk. Also means he can't uncover the top Fate this turn with an Akira Reborn. He's gonna go over there, gain 1, throw down an Organ Jar, throw down a Pills, actually, and then just punch Kyoko. Yeah, Falk is in a bit of a rough Tetsuo cycle right now, where he's dealing with each Fate that Butter sends his way. I think he accidentally drew a... Oh, he got rid of a Cultist, so he didn't draw a card. But because Butter's territory is so clean and Falk isn't exerting any Fate pressure, Butter is able to get a Fate in every turn. He is going to get Hallucinations, which almost certainly stops Stops Falk from being able to combo out this turn to get that last token out. A Fate that didn't put a hero on his board is pretty useful, though, all things considered. He's going to go to Military Hospital here. What is he going to do with this hospital? He's going to play Unhinged Laughter and get rid of Out of Control. He just needs to draw a bit more. Try and get to better cards. And then all he really has at this point is Fate, unless he's going to move something. Plenty of 4 strengthers, a lot of good cards. The Cats coming out could be pretty good. Give him his choice of effect. Supreme Thunder, Healing, Escalation. Probably, I was about to say, probably just Escalation, Game Sin. Cover that top Fate, take away one of the power generators for Butter. Butter is at 16. He's at 9, that's 25. He has enough, he's going to play Vina and immediately use her to kill Game Sin. And then Fate, he's going to get Masaru in Canada. Probably, I was about to say probably Masaru because you can't hit him with the Akira Reborn to open the top Fate. Yeah, Butter just really wants to ensure that he gets a turn like not being fated. He has enough power on board to be able to play Queen Beryl. Oh, he is deciding to do Canada in the end. Canada is more annoying overall because he's 1 strength higher than Tetsuo Clashing, so. What is Falk going to do here? I kind of feel like he has to give up on fading at this point and just gain the power to try to get out of this token on his next turn or two. Was he using Prosthesis maybe to draw? Falk really needs to get in a position where he can get rid of this last token in the next turn or two. He did get an Akira Reborn, or he already had it, so he does get to play it and kill Kaneda here to open up his top Fate and get an Organ Jar out. This is a really strong position. I think this is almost a guaranteed soul, though, which is very unfortunate for Falk. He's playing an Organ Jar here, moving 1 there. He's doing some weird movement and all to make sure that a soul does as little damage as possible. The soul timing is going to be very unfortunate because Queen Beryl is, at the moment, unimpeded, basically like 3 turns from winning this game. Although, Butter doesn't have a lot out to really help kill Sailor Moon once she's played. So there is a chance that Falk, because he's been keeping his territory so clean, he could sneak out a quick win once Sailor Moon comes out, because he'll be able to use Sailor Moon to block the top Fate, for instance. Yamagata and Akira here, putting Lady Miyako back into Falk's hand and covering that. Probably going to stop Falk from being able to get his token gone here. He would have to have like an Excruciating Pain in hand. Excruciating Pain and an Organ Jar, and he could do it. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Looks like he doesn't have a way to do it. He's just going to go play Debris. And then Fate. He's going to do more moving because that last card is Soul, I think. Or I missed Soul earlier. Not sure if the Cats really do much here, unfortunately. I mean, they do cover the top Fate, literally speaking. Not sure what effect. There's no Healing Escalation target, which is unfortunate. That's normally the go-to. I don't think he really wants to Fire Soul here because Butter already has the power he needs, more or less. What is he doing? Is he doing Fire Soul? He is going to do Fire Soul. Fire Soul does take away the Dark Crystal play, which is pretty nice. And he's going to stop Nephrite from putting down 2. But with Jadeite there, Butter can just get to play a card back anyway. Unless he puts Luna and Artemis there, but then Butter gets to clash with them. Yeah, this is not the best Fate, unfortunately, especially because he doesn't really want to be stacking people at the top Fate when Sailor Moon is about to come out, and that's where Falk really wants to put Sailor Moon, because it'll give him some time. Find Human Energy. So there it is. Butter has it on board, unless a Miracle Romance happens. He can easily get Super Barrel. Masaru sucks here. Yeah, covering Neo Tokyo. Falk still has a chance, again, because of when Sailor Moon comes out. Once Sailor Moon is out and Butter has to deal with that without much board setup, then Falk will have an opportunity to sneak out this last token, but his territory is getting more and more filled up right now, which is a problem. Because he needs his territory to be very low. I think he's doing bad ordering again. Yeah. This is a classic thing that happens with QA. We do things in poor ordering. So, like, he's like, oh, I'm going to clash Masaru at the end of my turn after I activate my pills, but he goes ahead and moves Masaru first. Thankfully, Lark has rectified that. He's not going to do anything, actually. He's just going to punch Masaru. Just keeping his territory clean and waiting for an opening. Butter is, yeah, we're going to see Butter grab Super Barrel. I was about to say, Butter is unlikely to do a Fate this turn. Probably could have found a way to do it. I mean, Ultimate Attack the Cats would get it done. But instead, he's going to get into Showdown with Super Barrel. He's going to do the cool little flip his power upside down, and he gets the Vanquish on the Cats for free before Sailor Moon comes out and gives them +1 strength. This is really rough for Falk because since he put King Nephrite and Zoocyte over there, if he covers the top Fate with Sailor Moon, Butter can actually kill her on his turn. Yeah, so he's got to put Sailor Moon somewhere else, like Juban School. He can still try and cover the top Fate, though, with another Fate here, which would be very good. That sucks. That is very unlucky for Falk. I think Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all in here. That's super unlucky. He's going to Excruciating Power to gain 2. That puts him up to 5 cards, but he has plenty of power now. This could still be a very close game. Because... Did he press Thesis there? Why does he have 7 cards? Oh, Butter just has DD Girls anyway, so it's game. He might have even said as much to Falk, so Falk just hit Prosthesis for no reason. So that will be game in Barrel's favor. Very unlucky not to get a hero that could have potentially prolonged this, because really Falk just needed to get that 1 token, and then his board is practically clean, so it would be very, very easy to clean up Showdown. Although, he'd have to draw out of control, and I'm not sure if he has it because he doesn't have Cowrie in play. So that will be a 2-0 victory for Butter in the semifinals. That will be a 2-0 victory for Butter in the semifinals. Sorry about a little jump cut there. I had my dog start barking at me. But that will be a 2-0 for Butter. Well-played games from both players. Unfortunate for Falk a little bit on some of that Fate deck ordering, but hey, that's anime Villainous. But still really high-quality games either way. Let's go take a look at Ye Olden Bracket. And so with that, Butter wins and secures him a position in the finals to go up against either Egg or Lark, depending on who wins our other semifinal match. Phalkion, sadly, is eliminated. However, we are going to be having a third-place match this year, so he will be playing against whoever loses in the other semifinal match, which we'll be seeing very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you're excited for the conclusion of the tournament as we get very, very close to it, and I'll see you next time. Until then, farewell.